This is 6 Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello and welcome to this edition of 6 Minute English with me, Dima Kostenko.
And me, Kate Collin. Hi, Dima.
Today we're talking about some animals. Kate, forgive me for asking you a banal question, but do you like animals?
Yes, I do like animals in general, but I have to say I'm not that keen on cats.
Cats?
Yeah, I don't really. When I go to people's houses when they've got cats, they kind of scare me a bit.
Well, the animals we're talking about today are nothing like cats or dogs or any other cute and fluffy pet. We'll be listening to a recent report from a BBC correspondent in Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh, about a different kind of animals. They're long, relatively thin, they can bite you, and many of them can actually poison you. Any idea what type of creature I have in mind, Kate?
Well, it sounds to me suspiciously like you're talking about snakes.
Well guessed, Kate. Indeed, it's snakes we're talking about today. Apparently, in Bangladesh, snake bites are a serious problem. Almost 700,000 people are bitten by venomous snakes there every year, and 6,000 lose their lives. However, according to a new survey, only 3% of cases are treated in hospital. So, who is dealing with the remaining 97%, and how?
Well, before we find out, shall I take us through some of the vocabulary we're about to hear?
Good idea, Kate.
OK, well, first of all, the word combination, mystic healers. This means people who claim to be able to treat and cure a wound or illness using special powers that are difficult to understand or explain. Possibly some supernatural abilities. Then the expression, to be frowned upon. If something is frowned upon by someone, they discourage its use and generally consider it undesirable. You'll also hear the word poison, meaning a very harmful substance that can cause illness or in extreme cases, even death. The adjectives with the same meaning are poisonous and venomous. And another word for you, tourniquet. A tourniquet is a strip of cloth which is tied tightly round an injured leg or arm to stop it bleeding.
So, that's mystic healer, to be frowned upon, poison, and tourniquet. Let's now listen to our Dhaka correspondent, Mark Dummett, and as we're listening, our task will be to try and catch those keywords and phrases.
The doctors who conducted this survey said that many more Bangladeshis would survive snake bites if the country's traditional healers and snake charmers received training in modern techniques. The vast majority are treated by mystic healers known as Ojhas. By tradition, these men are snake experts. They try to save bite victims by using techniques that are frowned upon by modern science, such as applying tourniquets, sucking out poison, and massaging affected limbs.
It sounds like the survey encourages traditional healers to combine their skills with a knowledge of modern medical techniques. It says that rather than just relying on the mystic methods of the past, for example, applying tourniquets or sucking out poison, that the healers should also learn modern medicine in order to help save people's lives.
Thanks for this recap, Kate. In a moment, we'll hear from Mark Dummett again. But before that, here comes the exciting part of the program. This week's question. And I'm afraid I need you, Kate, to explain the meaning of just one more word. Monsoon.
Monsoon. Well, this is the name for the season of heavy tropical rainfall in hot Asian countries, including Bangladesh.
OK, in the next part, our correspondent explains that there's a particular season in Bangladesh when you are more likely to get bitten by a snake than at other times. Which season do you think it is, Kate? Is it A, the hot, humid summer from March to June? B, the monsoon season from June to October? Or C, the mild winter from October to March?
Well, I'm afraid I haven't got a clue, so this is going to be a complete guess. I'm going to say A, the hot, humid summer from March to June.
OK, let's listen to Mark Dummett to check if you've guessed correctly.
The most dangerous time of year is now, when during the annual monsoon, about half of Bangladesh disappears underwater, and both snakes and people are forced to move to dry land.
So which season in Bangladesh is particularly dangerous for snake bites, Kate?
Well, he said it was the monsoon season, so I was completely wrong.
You were, I'm afraid. Our correspondent explains that the most dangerous time of year is now, during the annual monsoon. And why?
Because of flooding. Snakes, in the same way as people, are forced by rising water to move to dry land, making their encounters more likely.
And of course, you can find out more about this story by following the links from our website, bbclearningenglish.com. But just before you log on, stay with us another couple of seconds as Kate takes you through today's keywords and phrases again.
Okay, well, first of all, we heard about mystic healers, meaning people who claim to be able to treat and cure wounds or illnesses using some special, possibly supernatural powers. We also talked about poisonous or venomous substances. If you're affected by poison, you can become ill or in extreme cases even die. We mentioned the word tourniquet. A tourniquet is a strip of cloth which is tied tightly round an injured arm or leg to stop it bleeding. And we discussed the expression to be frowned upon. If something is frowned upon by someone, they discourage its use and generally consider it undesirable. And finally, a weather-related term, monsoon. This is the name for the season of heavy tropical rain in hot Asian countries.
Thanks for that, Kate. Well, I'm afraid that's all we have time for today. Until next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
That was 6 Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.